Hey there, welcome on this how to Webflow, and today we're going to make a custom cursor. So as you can see, as I'm moving the mouse, we have this custom cursor moving, right? And it's actually also changing depending on what it's hovering on, and we're going to explore how to do this. I also did this on my website, made it a simpler version, but the steps are exactly the same. You can see this little dot moving following the mouse, and as I'm hovering over to Howdy, you can see this little GIF playing. I'm going to show you how to do that. So the first thing we have to do is first to prepare the page. So I'm going to drag a div block that I'm going to call wrapper, and I'm going to set its width to 100 view width and 100 view height for its height. So it's taking 100% of the viewport, and I'm going to display it flex and flex. Next, I'm going to drag a heading in the center of it, and I'm going to call this how you doing. Okay, now we're ready to make the cursor. So to make the cursor, all we have to do is to go to the body, add a div block inside it, and we're going to call this cursor. Let's set its width to 15 pixels and its height to 15 pixels. In the position, I'm going to set that to absolute, and I'm going to set the colored background. Let's say I want a full-on bright red and a radius of 50%. So this way I have a little dot that you can see right here, red dot. So now let's animate it. To animate it, what we have to do is to go over to the interactions, to page trigger and mouse move in viewport. Create a new animation that's going to call mouse move in viewport. Pretty simple. And now we're going to select the cursor, transform move. We're going at 0 on the x-axis, we're going to set that to 0 view width, and to the 100% to 100 view width. So what it does is, as I'm moving horizontally, the cursor, this little red dot, is going to follow my mouse horizontally. Now we have to do the same process for the vertical axis, for the y-axis. I'm going to select cursor. On 0, I'm going to set the move to, on the y-axis, 0 view height this time, and 100 view height at 100%. Click that done, and now let's check it out. And as you can see, the cursor is already working. If, let's say, you don't want to see the default mouse, all you have to do is to go to body, you go to this panel, you scroll all the way down, and to the cursor, you just select none. And now once you move it, you see that the basic default mouse has disappeared. So what now if we want to have something similar to this? We hover out to Howdy, we have a GIF playing. The concept is exactly the same with a few minor tweaks. So let's prepare that. So let's prepare the GIF. So I'm going to insert another div that I'm going to place in the body, and let's call that cursor dash GIF. We'll set its width to, let's say, 150 pixels and 100 in height. And what we're going to do is set its position to absolute once again, and we'll add an image as a background. And I'm going to upload this little how you doing. Okay, so we are almost ready. So now it's ready, right? So now we have to set up interactions once again. What we're going to do is we're going to go to the how you doing, because as I'm moving over to the how you doing, I want this GIF to start playing and to show up. So what I'm going to do is go click on there, and the element trigger is going to be mouse over, and I'm going to start a new animation, and I'm going to call this mouse how you doing over in, and I'm going to select the cursor GIF, set it to hide and show. As its initial state, I don't want it to show up, so I set it to display none. And now I'm going to go to the 0, hide and show, I want to display it. Next, what I'm going to do is to go to the hover out, and I'm going to just create a new how you doing over out. And I'm going to click on that once again on my cursor, and I'm going to set it to hide to hidden. Now one more step to do before we're done with this is to go to mouse view in viewport, mouse move in viewport, and we're going to add this cursor GIF to this interaction. So all I can do is just click on this one. I'm just going to duplicate it, and then I'm going to right click again and change target, and then I'm going to click on cursor GIF, and now it's changed, right? And the properties are already done. X 0 view width. I'm going to do the same, right click here, duplicate, right click, change target, cursor GIF, and I'm going to do the same here. Duplicate, change target, cursor GIF, duplicate, change target, cursor GIF. And now if we go check into the interaction panel, the red dot is showing up, but as I'm hovering, it's starting to see, but it's flickering, as you can see. And the issue has to do with the red dot and also with the image. The problem is, as I'm hovering onto it, actually I'm not really hovering onto the how you doing, but I'm hovering onto this how you doing image and also the red dot. So I have to fix that. So how do you fix this problem? You go to click on the cursor GIF, and actually you have to offset its distance compared to how the mouse is viewed. So to do that, you just set it to something different. So let's say 16 pixels to the left and 16 pixels there. And I'm also going to do that with a cursor. Cursor doesn't need to be that much. I'm maybe going to do 5 pixels and let's say 10 pixels to the top. And now, as I'm hovering, now it's working. It's working. There is no flickering anymore. I'm hovering out, the GIF disappears. Hovering over, it works perfectly. But now if you want this red dot to disappear as I'm hovering onto the how you doing, you can also set this up. And all you have to do is to go back to the how you doing interaction for the mouse over, and you click on it and how you doing over in. And all you have to do is to click on the cursor. At 0, you set the hide and show to hidden. Display hidden, and you go to the over out. You want to show it back it again once you move over out. You're gonna select the cursor, hide and show, display inline, and now it's going to work. And it's working perfectly. So the red dot is disappearing once I move over into it and appearing again right after it. So now actually we need to do something else to make it work, like to bulletproof it. And that has to do with the Z index, because right now the Z index by auto means it's essentially 0. And the how you doing needs to be positioned like higher if we want to see it every time, right? Because let's see this up. If I set the heading to a Z index of, let's say, relative, it's going to be a 10 on the Z index. Now as I'm going there, you can see that the image, the GIF is displaying behind it, right? So as you start building your page, what you want, you will start playing with the Z index and all these things. So you want to make sure that your custom cursor is actually showing on top of all the things. So what you do is you go to the cursor and you're going to set its Z index to the highest amount possible into the web page. So let's say you're building like all these elements that maybe go up to 90 in the Z index. You want your cursors to go above the Z index. So let's set that to 100, and the cursor GIF, I'm also going to set that to 100. And to make sure, I'm just going to check the Z index there. Okay, and now you can see the how you doing GIF is working perfectly and it's on top of the text. So that's pretty much it for this tutorial. Pretty simple to implement. And if you enjoyed this video, please click the thumbs up button. And if you would like to see some further Webflow tutorials, you can click on subscribe, and I'll be sure to make some more videos in the future. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys soon.